Hey everybody, welcome to the HopCast.
Thanks for coming back, everyone.
I'm Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
And we're doing another vertical.
Doing a vertical beer tasting here. We have 06, 07, and 08. What? And today we're tasting a beer from Terrapin. It is their coffee oatmeal Imperial Stout. We were given these beers by our good friend Don out at the Taco Mac out in Georgia. So,
Shut
up!
Donald, he showed us a good time.
Yeah, if you remember our southeast road trip, we spent many hours, fun hours, at the Taco Mac, and Don showed us a really good time. So thank you so much to him.
I think Rhett was there, right?
Yeah, Rhett showed up. So shout out to Rhett. But yeah, so let's open these guys up and see how this beer tastes first of all, and then how it's aging.
So do we want to open all three, pour them out?
I say that's how we do it.
Forth a little bit.
Yeah.
We got enough glasses here.
Yeah. We got everything that we need.
All right, so we got 6, 7, and 8 all poured out. Looking pretty close to the same dark coffee,
seems to be
black.
the same beer. Yep.
Okay. That's the 6.
So on the nose right away on the 6. Very soft, milky, and there's like this slight soy sauce type of thing, but it's way far in the back. And it's like it's not mixing with the other guys very well.
With the other
beers
you've had,
aroma components.
Okay. Oh, the other items in the beer. Itself. Okay.
You picking up on that?
Yeah, I see the soy sauce. Something a little spicy.
This one is almost
earthy,
like
though.
The 7 is almost like a roasted pepper, like almost like ancho chili on the aroma. Without the heat, you get the roast without the heat.
So it's kind of burnt spice.
Uh huh. All right, and then
I feel it's like a burnt coffee bean. Like they roasted the coffee too long, and it's like actually maybe like a bad coffee. But we know, like Wake and Bake, we were down at the brewery and we went to the coffee that they used there.
Right.
That was a nice coffee shop there.
What was that, like Jippity Joe's or something?
Yeah, Jittery Joe's.
Jittery Joe's.
Jittery Joe's, yeah.
And yeah, we stopped in. They're the roasters that provide the coffee for their
Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake coffee stout.
We still believe this is different.
I think it's different. Maybe it just became a different.
Maybe this became Wake and Bake.
Maybe
this is before Wake and Bake.
I don't know. But
I kind of get a cherry wininess out of this beer too.
As far as the 08 is concerned, which is the newest batch, you get kind of more what you're expecting. You get a little like oatmeal smoothiness and some chocolatey type aromas. Like a slight bit of roast, but it's more so those like rounded, rich, sweet types of smells.
Again, I'm picking up some of that cherry, maybe raspberry-ness to it. But that could be the earthiness of the coffee, fruitiness. Smell-wise, I'm liking the new.
I am too.
The middle is kind of, I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, I didn't really particularly care for the 07 aroma. 6 kind of grew on me.
Right, so I'm gonna try the 8. Okay. Do a couple sips, right?
Yeah. Straight away, 06 is tasting very, very nice. I'm not picking up. any oxidation here at all. In the flavor, there might be some in the aroma, but not in the flavor.
I'm getting a nice coffee taste to 08.
Mm-hmm.
Let's trade. We'll save the 06 and we'll come back to it.
That's 06.
I mean 07. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a nice creaminess that you get from that beer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the 06 kind of like tingles your mouth and like bubbles a little more than the 08.
I was gonna say the exact opposite. But I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, I felt like the carbonation level on the 06 was a little lower.
I was getting that
the 8.
creaminess like coming through like.
You're talking about like more mouthfeel in the beer in itself than the carbonation level.
Huh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. As far as this beer is actually aging quite well.
Yeah.
As far as the 06 is concerned, I don't know what the 07 is tasting like. But even 08, when we were talking 3 years, is our newest beer. So
the carbonation in the 07 is a lot more. It's bubbly.
It looked that way in the pour.
Yeah, you can see. We can see that the like bubbles are kind of like smaller and a little brighter than either one of these.
With the initial pour, they actually had like really large bubbles when it first was poured. But you can see this
clings to the glass even more. Like
is yeah, the head retention is much better on that 07.
it almost tastes like they were like happy with the 06, but then they tried something different. It didn't work out. They're like, well, let's go back to the 06 and see what happened. Like, let's try to fix it before we move forward. Because that tastes kind of a different beer.
Oh, carbonation level is super high, which is weird. I like the flavor better than I like the aroma on this one.
Huh.
But I think it is my least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be... I'm curious to know whether they actually did some, like, recipe tweaks and changes and that sort of thing. Or if this is just a byproduct of the actual aging process itself.
And I'd like, if you know if they turn the Imperial Oatmeal Coffee Stout into the Wake and Bake, let us know, because it's this not a brewery we're that familiar with.
This ain't our hood, you know? So.
Not from the Hotlanta. But do we want to blend them and see what happens?
Yeah, let's take a little...
We know we like this 6 and the 8. Should we do those first and then add the 7?
Sure. So, a very scientific blending process, you can see.
We measured,
We brought out our graduated cylinders, and got it just right.
I think the head's there more, but it loses some flavor.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it feels thinner than the other two beers.
Like neither one help.
This is still it's a tasty blend, I think. But for my money, I'm going with 06. I really liked it, and which has been totally weird for me today.
You usually liking the fresher beers?
I tend to like the fresher beers. I don't know if this is just because I often run into that oxidation with aged beers, and I hate that.
Okay.
And so if it's aged well, maybe I do like older beers, but that's just the problem that I usually run into with that. I'm not getting that at all with the 06, which is, I mean, cheers to Terrapin for
bottling it well.
Doing a good job on the bottling line and their processes and their equipment that they're using.
See, I like the fresh coffee of the 08. Yeah, I want a little more of that than the mellow and the malts coming through.
Mm-hmm. See, what I really dug, and it makes total sense. What I really dug about it was the 06. That was that kind of like grainy oatmeal character and that smooth mouthfeel and all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, we're both coffee drinkers, but I think you're more of like the coffee nut.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, the oatmeal was really singing to me, and so that's probably why I gravitated towards the 06.
Okay, so adding the 07 in there, it brought it back to kind of just a muddy mess of all of this, but it added some more carbonation to it, and it's...
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Man, that 07 is sparkling.
But it's not... I think on their own, they're better beers than blended, which is not something you usually see.
Yeah. We're big fans of taking older beers and blending them back with newer ones, just kind of like take some of those muted flavors and aromas from older beers and waking them up with a fresh beer, and you kind of get the best of both worlds and they meld together really well. I don't think this is the case with this.
Maybe it's the coffee that...
I don't know. They're just not... They don't jive. I'm like it. I'm with you. I like 06 and 08, and I could just get rid of the 07.
Toss it in the garbage behind us.
I'm sure I'll drink it, but
somebody will drink it here.
But yeah, interesting experiment for sure.
Well, thanks to Donald for sending us the beers, and
cheers, buddy.
Yeah, and thank you for watching.
Cheers.